Tonight, two families are figuring out what's next after an ICE raid on a home in Burnsville. ICE detained 4 people in the home, including the parents of a young child. Heidi Wigdahl has a closer look at what happened.
Movement on this window right here.
Ring camera footage captured the moment more than a dozen ICE agents raided this Burnsville home.
They break in this one.
Angel Alvarado says
They force it.
4 of his family members were upstairs.
They were hiding here.
Nomás lo golpearon la puerta hasta abrirla.
Sofia Alvarado does not want her face shown, but says her husband owns the home. She says she and the 3 others upstairs were eventually able to prove they're U.S. citizens.
They all were scary, crying, and knowing what's happened, they were pointing with the guns.
Police, come out with your hands up.
Not to move, just they all haven't sit here.
¿Y usted cómo se está sintiendo ahorita?
Con miedo, ya todavía.
Sofia says it started when a couple renting their basement was headed home from the grocery store and stopped by ICE agents. Ring camera footage shows ICE agents detaining the man. The woman ran to the house and hid with her 7-year-old.
The one that she runs from outside, she was hiding here with the little kid.
ICE detained both of the 7-year-old boy's parents. ICE also detained another man downstairs and a 4th, a father to 2 kids with a 3rd on the way.
I want to be the first to say, fuck these parents. These people are horrible parents. If you know that you are risking deportation by still being in a country that is enforcing its laws, and you think because you have children that you can use them as props and hope that people will feel so sorry for you that they allow you to break the law, you are a trash fucking scumbag. The amount of trauma that children experience when they are in fear and they see their parents getting arrested it's hard to measure the damage that it does. These fucking parents who had the opportunity, they've had 8 months or more to fucking deport, to prevent their children from being traumatized. Fuck your own personal feelings. What's best for your children and their mental? They had all the time in the world to self-deport, and they said no. These irresponsible piece of shit parents are no better to me than parents who drink and drive with their 2 or 3 kids with no car seats riding around the city with them. You might as well be a drunk driver. You're putting your kids in the same risk. You know, in America, our law enforcement is armed. So what if you're with somebody and they decide that they're not going to go peacefully and you have children? Do you think we're going to suspend our laws because of kids? You think we're going to burn our Constitution because your babies start crying about how they missed their mother and please help? That's not how it works in the real world. Unfortunately, for too long, we were not a serious country. We became a joke, a laughingstock of the world. They've sent their worst and most violent criminals to our borders to be let in. Some countries in Central America, they literally made deals with people that were doing life in prison. And they gave them one-way ticket to America. And they said, don't come back and we'll let you go free. But you have to go to the United States and you can never come back to this country. And here they are now attempting to go coexist with us in our great, beautiful cities. And them and their children are committing crimes, killing people, robbing people, zero respect or appreciation for the republic that accepted them in from the cold. I feel zero fucking sympathy for these parents. They chose this for their children. They could have left. They could have self-deported. They could have did the right thing. These people are not victims. These children were victimized by their parents, and this should be a separate charge that their parents should be held accountable for, in my opinion.
His wife, who asked to be anonymous, is 6 months pregnant. She says she hid with her 7-year-old and 1.5-year-old.
Ellos tras de que me abrieron la puerta, yo salí. Tras de que yo salí, ellos me estaban apuntando.
And you know what? It doesn't really help your fucking case that you're sitting here speaking in Spanish while you're in the United States. That tells me you're still loyal to your home country. You had zero plans to assimilate, or you don't have the IQ to be able to learn another language. Either way, you do not belong here. You are going to clog up our social services. You're going to beg for us to support you on welfare. Your medical bills are going to be on us. We're going to have to cover them. We're probably already subsidizing your housing and your food. Go home. If you're from Honduras, return. Guatemala, return. Mexico, return. Return to sender. You cannot come here and leech off of our system. All this sex you're having when you should have been sex self-deporting. You could have been having sex on a beach in Honduras with a pina colada, but instead you're trying to get knocked up in a fucking blizzard. You know, these parents are fucking, these people are disgusting. This is optional. Being raided while your children are with you, this is the same as a person that sells drugs out of a daycare. You are endangering children because you are literally performing criminal acts by just being here and existing within our borders against our laws. This is ridiculous. And I don't give a fuck about what these crying liberals, these bleeding heart liberals, because I'm gonna tell you, not one of them are willing to get on an airplane and fly to these countries just so they can be there at the airport to provide a landing pad when the people being deported get there. None of them are willing to fly into these countries and be there and say, hey, let me put you guys in an apartment for 6 months. It's the same as a hotel for 2 weeks in America, but I can rent you an apartment for 6 months, help you get on your feet, you and your kids, I can help you guys with food. None of them are flying to these other countries and being at these airports to welcome these people who are being sent back home. That tells me these liberals and these Democrats don't really care about these people. They're using these people for votes. They're using them to defraud our election system and our congressional seat system. They're using them as weapons. They don't actually care about them. They're just tools. And when they're of no use to them no more because they're deported, they're thrown away. If they really cared about you, they would have fundraisers to send money to families of people that have been deported. The reason they don't think of these ideas or act on them is because they don't give a fuck about these people. Don't let them con you. Don't let them play you.
Con las armas. Y pues mi hija estaba conmigo, el niño lo tenía dormido en mi hombro.
She says her family came here illegally from Honduras for work. She says ICE told her to voluntary self-deport.
Did you hear that? She knew she was here breaking the law and she just didn't give a fuck. And immigration and customs enforcement agents informed her in advance she's better off self-deporting because if we do it, you're going to be separated from your kids, you're going to be imprisoned, and you're never going to be able to return. There is no path for redemption because you were here illegally and you didn't self-deport when we gave you the chance. These people don't respect our laws. They don't respect our sovereignty. They don't respect our government. And they don't respect Americans. They don't even want to be us. Then don't fucking be here. This is such simple logic. I don't even know how anyone can how can you even argue with me about this? It should be impossible.
Que me puedan ayudar a ver.
She says she wants her husband back. With 2 kids and 1 more on the way, she says it's going to be very hard for her. Even harder as she's now taking care of the 7-year-old boy who is without his parents. In Burnsville, Heidi Wigdahl, KARE 11 News.
Well, the family says out of the 4 detained, 1 person, the father of the 7-year-old, has a work permit and is talking with a lawyer. The people we spoke with claim ICE entered the home without showing a warrant. We have not been able to confirm that, but we did reach out to the Department of Homeland Security and are waiting to hear back. Well, the city of Burnsville put out a statement today saying they are actively monitoring federal immigration activity and that Burnsville police do not engage in federal immigration enforcement and are typically not notified of federal operations.
Dear people who work for the city of Burnsville, I'll be the first to tell you, we don't give a fuck that you monitor what the federal government is doing. We are actively pursuing criminal aliens who are within our borders without permission. They will be removed. You can monitor us all you want. Just make sure you do not interfere and you don't obstruct. There will be consequences if you do. This is a new day. It's a new dawn. These games are not going to be played. And in my opinion, these people are just as abusive as these fucking traffickers, using these children and having all these kids because you're hoping that you can say, look, I got a bunch of babies. Don't kick me out. Don't arrest me. And you're hoping that you can play with our heartstrings and manipulate us into turning off our laws temporarily. You want to be above the law because you're a parent. Do you know how many fucking Americans have kids that are in prison? I feel zero sympathy for you. Have your kids somewhere else. And what we're going to do is this. We're going to make sure the family stays together. All of you motherfuckers are out of here. Period. I don't care. All the kids are gone with the parents. We're not breaking up families anymore. You all can leave. Birthright citizenship will be a memory soon enough. Thinking that because you had kids over here, now you have an anchor baby that anchors you to this country. You know, in the future, we're going to laugh at the fact that that was ever even a prospect. No other countries do this at all. That's why we're a joke. We have not been a serious nation for way too long. That's going to change. See, I make these videos because I'm auditioning for a role in eventual city government, state government, federal government. Eventually, one day, if other people don't step up in my stead, I'm going to have to run. Because if no one else is going to create the world safe for my family to live in, then I'll do it myself. I don't want to have to explain to people who I am and do a bunch of campaigning. I want the public to have full access to my record. One thing about me is my conversation is uniform. Whatever I'm saying right now, I'm going to say tomorrow and the next day. There's not going to be an injection of X amount of dollars from Israel, and now I sound like a totally different person. That's not going to happen. I don't want the money, don't need it. So this is me speaking to future constituents so that they can know where I stand on certain topics. You don't even have to ask me. You can just come and see what I said about it and then play it back over and over again until you get to know me. Hopefully my reputation in the future precedes me. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, The Single Boyfriend or Right Wing Rico on YouTube. But I'm on 8 different platforms. People are sharing these videos. People are watching them. I really appreciate it. Thank you to my sponsors. I appreciate you guys' support. I'll be back on live in about 20 minutes with another subject. Never forget, it's America first and America only.
I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.